All right, you guys, welcome to AP Euro quarter three. And I just wanted to take you through some of the changes. And I did send you a new syllabus via Remind. And also, I think I sent the link out via Infinite Campus. But there is a new syllabus, and the syllabus talks about some of these changes. What you really need to be aware of is that now attendance in Zoom and in class is essentially required. So you're going to need to show up to school during your assigned period and or show up on Zoom during your assigned period. So notice here, this is the calendar for the week. It's very similar to the way it was set up quarter one, except now that we are on level 2. Some of you are coming to school on either Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, or Friday, given whatever group you're in. If you're in class that day, then you don't need to worry about anything because you're on campus. If you're a full distance learning student, you're going to be attending Tuesday through Friday during your assigned class time. You're going to be attending class via Zoom. And I'm going to Zoom you guys right into the class, and we're going to be doing different things every day. And so you don't want to miss. And if you're absent, you want to have your parents call into the office if you're sick and let us know that you're absent so that we can make sure that you get a recording of the Zoom class that you missed. So if you are one of these groups, like Group A, obviously you come to class on Tuesday, no need to Zoom in because you're already there. But then on Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday, you would attend Zoom during your assigned class time. So looking here, if you're period 7, wakey, you have to get up in the morning. So 9:15, you need to get on Zoom. You'll be there till 10:10, and then you'll have some additional work to complete that we didn't finish in class, which is just like normal school. So there's a passing period, and then period 3, you're going to be arriving at 10:20. I will let you guys in. I can see I'll be able to do attendance based on whether or not you attended, and so you'll get credit for that. Passing period, and then period 5 starts at 11:45. So that's kind of the system and the setup. Let me take you through what the first week looks like. And then if you have any questions, obviously you can email me, but again, double read the directions and double check, maybe ask a friend before you email me, because some people really like to email me and I love your communication, but I don't like repeating myself if I've already told you and you ask me again. So be aware, these are your key terms for this time period. We've got 2 time periods to cover, time period 3 and time period 4. Time period 3 goes from 1815 to 1914. Time period 4 goes from 1914 to the present. So time period 3 will be covering the first 4 weeks of, maybe the first 4.5 weeks of quarter 3, and then time period 4 will be the second 4.5 weeks. So this is a resource which you will later be tested on. So I would suggest starting to make Quizlet cards, but I would only make note cards or Quizlet or anything based on the definitions that I give you in class or through lecture. Or that you get out of your textbook. Be really careful about going through and Googling the definitions, because it is really history-based, European history-based, and you need to know more than just the basic definition. So we've talked about this before. You need to know not just the definition, but the causes and the effects and the implications and who was involved. So if I give you a term like conservatism, I can't have you having the Republican Party in the United States currently today, because that's not what we're talking about. And that's not who's involved, and it would be really wrong. And you definitely get the question on the test wrong. So this is the list. Print it out, use it as a resource, start making note cards when the terms show up, and I will try to check them off with you in class, or feel free to ask questions in class or during Zoom. All right, Napoleon review. This is something that we're going to be doing together. Monday. We don't do anything together. So Napoleon review is you going back. I know it was before the Industrial Revolution of time period 2 that we talked about Napoleon. So I'm going to have you go through and do a little review on him. There's, the 1812 and 1815 maps. So you understand how Napoleon changed Europe, and then how in 1815 they tried to put it back to the original borders and set up the monarchies that Napoleon had disrupted. Congress of Vienna, this is where AP College Board Video, this is where for my period 3 students who are new to me, you need to make sure that you join my AP Classroom because I've assigned this on AP Classroom. So there's a video you watch, and then as you watch the video, you fill out and answer the questions that are on this worksheet. So you need to watch the video on AP Classroom, and in order to find it and for me to see that you've watched it, because it records that you've watched it, almost like Edpuzzle, I need to have you log in and make sure you're in your account when you're watching it. All right, so that's Monday. Tuesday, this is where it kind of starts to change. So we're going to watch, I'm going to lecture to you on the Congress of Vienna, and then we're going to watch a crash course on the Congress of Vienna in class. And so I will be projecting it via Zoom as well as in my classroom for the kids in there. And we're going to review kind of the political changes from time period 1 to time period 3. So you can see that trend, because that's really important, because College Board is all about continuity and change over time. What has continued and what has changed. And so for you to be able to talk about that is really important. So this kind of movement from absolute feudalism to absolutism, all the way to a republic sort of, and then like a pullback because the republic was too far with French, and then to a more moderate conservative government. So we'll talk about that. Then Romanticism is a literary and an artistic movement during the 19th century. And so you're going to be watching a couple of videos on AP Classroom, and I'm going to make sure that you can start those in class, but we'll probably have to finish those two and the questions that go with them at home. And then there's a progress check on Unit 5 that will be assigned on AP Classroom as well, and it'll be pretty quick. It doesn't take that much time. It's like multiple choice, but it does go in your assessment category. So it's a review to make sure you know the stuff. And then the last is AMSCO. And this is where I'm getting information back from you guys. Some of you don't have AMSCO books, and I really want to make sure that you guys get them so that we can stop taking pictures all the time of AMSCO. So I will attach pictures of this AMSCO, but by the following week, hopefully we'll have an AMSCO book in everybody's hands. Notice that this is only 3 pages, but what I want you guys to do is I want handwritten notes. And I would love for you, if you have a book and you don't want to write on separate paper, that's fine. Get some sticky notes and stick them in the book next to each paragraph, and have like a summary or the main ideas off to the side, so that you're essentially taking notes in the book, but you're using stickies. And then you have to write a summary at the end of the section that's in your own words in order to get credit for the notes. So if you want to do that all in paper, that's up to you, or you can use stickies. So that's that setup. Then on Wednesday, lecture in class on the new isms that are coming out during the time period: conservatism, socialism, liberalism, nationalism. We're going to learn about all of those. And then we're going to look at the primary source, Carlsbad Decrees. And then you have an assessment that's not due till Friday, but you're going to evaluate the effects of Napoleon on Europe, taking into account the things that you've just learned. So I don't want just, oh, he conquered all of Europe, but I want, what are the after effects? What are the implications of what he did and the liberal ideas he spread? And we'll talk about that. And then on Thursday in class, we're going to do this nationalism case study on the Austrian Empire. You're going to probably get a chance to start the 19th century isms video. It's like another review of the isms, but by Tom Ritchie. And my suggestion is you take notes because he's really clear and good. And I think it would be helpful to add to the notes that you already have from me and from my lecture. But you'll take notes on that and then probably do the AMSCO at home. And hopefully I'll take probably pictures of this too, but next week again, we'll have AMSCOs in your hand. And then on Friday, we're going to be talking about socialism, which is always an interesting conversation to find out what socialism is versus what, like in modern day parlance, we talk about socialism and it's usually pretty confused, our understanding of it. So we're going to talk about socialism in class. We will do a crash course on socialism. And then I made up some scenarios and you're going to figure out what ism these scenarios relate to and how a person who is a socialist would respond and stuff like that. So it's kind of an interesting activity to do in class. And if you're on Zoom, you can do it in Zoom, and I'll put you in breakout rooms and you can talk to other students and get help. And then the last is another AMSCO. And then notice here that late work, I take 1 late assignment a week, but I'm not taking assessments. So for instance, this due Friday, it's due Friday because I need the weekend to grade your writing. So, and then also your progress check. You need to do it on time. But if for some reason you didn't get one of the AMSCOs done, you could fill out this form down here and submit it late. One a week. Don't ask for more, please. All right. So I hope that's helpful to you. Again, email me if you have additional questions, rshort@guhsd.net, and make sure if you haven't signed the new syllabus that I sent out the link to, that you do that. And for those of you, and you know who I'm talking about, who have signed that syllabus like 5 or 6 times, I don't need you to sign it again. So if you've signed it once, that's enough. Stop signing it 6 times. All right, have a great day, and I will see you guys on Tuesday in Zoom or in person. Have a great one.